Well, welcome to week 8. So now everything's starting to come together. You're starting to really see the advantages of having your finger picking together. I'm sure you're starting to learn your chord shapes, and that's starting to come together for you real good. If you're putting in enough time, this all should start making a lot of sense. You should start seeing the chord shapes in your head. You should see where your fingers belong. I'm going to give you a couple little advanced notices. The next level, you're going to be connecting your scales. And we're going to want you to do that soon. But I'm going to show you a quickie. Again, there's a freebie out there that's on our site that shows you how to connect the scales. It's a quickie, but I'm going to do it real slowly here at first. Again, we're going to start with the E shape on the 2nd fret, and this is where that exercise will start in the 3rd level. But I'm going to show it to you right now. 2nd fret with the 2nd finger, E shape, would make you put you in the key of F sharp. If you have the green book, or you've already gotten into that level of membership, or you've got the unlimited membership, the lifetime membership, this will be a page right next to your discrete scale, so it'll be easy to find. So we're going to connect the 5 scale shapes. We're going to start by connecting E to D to C to A to G. It's also the same rotation that I taught you your 5 chord shapes in. So we're going to start there. We're going to move up to the 2nd fret so we can play that 4 fingers, 4 frets E shape completely on the neck. If I was down too far, my fingers would be up here off the neck. It's got to be on the neck. So here we go. E shape, the first half. Stop there. Replace the pinky with the 2nd finger. Play the D shape. 2nd finger's on the D string. We must be at the D shape. Now replace the pinky with your 2nd finger again. We must be on the C shape, because I learned that the C shape is like this. And my 2nd finger on that 2nd string, that would be the top octave of the C shape. So we're going to go down in pitch, but we landed further up the neck in pitch. We go up in pitch when we move up the neck. So that C scale is a kind of a reversal. That's something you learn about how the scales work together. So now we're going to replace the pinky with the 2nd finger. This is just additional information for you. You won't be tested on this in 2 weeks, but I want you to see how it works. So here's the A shape. Again, we went E, D, C, spelling the word cage, starting with the letter E. Here's the A shape. All the way up, 2 octaves. Now we go straight across the neck. We go back through the G shape, same notes. We stretch right there. Boy, when you're this far up, that little stretch doesn't feel like anything. Matter of fact, it's really easy to lose track of where you're at, because now your hand is all squished together up here. So we'll go back up in pitch through G, but we're just going across the neck. Back down through A. Spelling the word caged in reverse. C. Replace the 2nd finger with the pinky, just reverse of what you did when you were coming up. 2nd finger, replace it with the pinky, finish with the E shape. So that's the 5 shapes connected. There'll be 5 variations of that. So when we get to that next level, we're going to be trying to play those connected versions of your scale shape. Sans chords, we're just going to connect the scale shape so we have one template that's the same in every key. So until we get to that, I want you to take a look at that. Those of you that have the information, those of you who don't, come online, join us, join up, get that next level book, and join in the fun of soloing, because that's the beginning of your soloing, actually controlling and owning the rest of the neck and being able to access it while you're playing your blueses. And again, we'll show you that in just a little bit. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is be sure that we cover this one more time, scales and chords at a certain speed. I'm going to bring your scales up to 160 beats a minute, and I'm going to play 8th notes, okay? So we're going to give you a couple of exercises real quick. You can play along with me, get the metronome going so we can hear what that sounds like, and you'll have something to compare it with. Not just a metronome, but another player and a metronome. Sometimes it helps to have an extra player in the room. I'll be that guy for a few minutes here. So we'll try your E shape where we learned it, 3rd fret, 2nd finger, lowest string, all the way across the neck at 160 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, here we go. Again. Boy, can you imagine how many reps you could do at 160 beats a minute? Up a half step. Quite a few, very quickly. When it gets nice and smooth like this, you got real access. Up another half step. 2 passes. Okay, now we're going to go to A shape where we learned it, 3rd fret, 5th string. Two passes. Up a half step. Go to your C shape. 5th fret, pinky, 5th string, 4 times. Up a half step. Four times. Go to your G shape. 5th fret, lowest string, pinky. Stretch, don't move your hand. Up a half step. One more half step. Key of B with the G shape. Stretch, don't move. Go to the D form. 2nd finger, 4th string, D string, 2nd fret. Up a half step. Remember to shift on your index finger. Up a half step. And so on. Get comfortable. And here's where we stop, right here. Okay, good. That's 160 beats a minute. That's a requirement if you're going to get into 2nd level guitar, what we call intermediate level at the school, or if you want to really make the most out of the 2nd level course and you're not going to school, but you're studying on your own. So you want to try to get built up to that point where 140 beats a minute to 160 beats a minute is not a problem. You want to have that kind of flexibility in your playing. Eventually you'll get your scales up to around 200 beats a minute. You'll be really very, very flexible in almost any situation. If you can play your scales from 200 to 220 beats a minute, 1/8 notes, you're going to have a lot of access, be able to play a lot of different things. And this is what we want to try to take you to over the next couple of, shall we say, terms or levels. 2nd level is the Green Book. Study with that in mind. All 4 of your blueses need to be memorized. By the time you get to the end of the 9th and 10th week, which we're going to do here for you in just a minute, we're going to take you forward. You want to have all of the skill sets that are necessary for your last and your final test so you can do really well, and they have to be at certain beats per minute, and you'll have to do juries, either live or you'll record them and send them to us if you're in school. If you're not, you do the live evaluation. Many of you will have a couple of live evaluations that are free evaluations per season, per year. So you can use those, where you really need them, And some of you may decide, well, I'm studying real fast. I'm blasting through the Red Book, and I'm already in the Green Book, and it's only the first term because I've been playing for 6 years, and this stuff's making a lot of sense. Well, if that's the case, take this time when you get to this point. Get in that Green Book and give us a call. Set up a live lesson, maybe once a month or once every 6 weeks. Set it up for maybe 4 lessons at a time. We've got some specials out there, so it'll be very cost effective for you, and it really will help you learn quickly. It'll get you out where you can be working with some other people out there in the real world, playing music with folks at restaurants and clubs and bars and hangouts and barbecues and church, all the different places you can play music and have a good time. So we really want to encourage you to move forward to that, because these first 2 levels really gives you those full skill sets. Now you just want to hone them and start working on your own music. So remember, go listen to some music this week. Again, last week was a week to listen to music. Listen to something every week. Spend a couple hours, at least a couple hours a week, if not an hour a day, listening. Get that iPod, that smartphone on. Get those headphones in there. Start listening to the stuff that you want to learn, because you'll have enough skill sets now. You should be able to access most of the tunes that you hear recorded on that are your favorites off of wherever your source for music is, whether it's the FM radio or whether it's off of YouTube or wherever you source music. Popular music, country, rock, folk, R&B, rap, hip hop. The basic song forms are going to be accessible to you now. So until we see you on 9th and 10th week, this is the Crazy Professor saying I hope you're enjoying this, because this is where the real fun starts happening. So keep practicing your scales, keep practicing your chord forms, and we'll see you for your final test and your evaluations. Thanks a lot.